Lagos is loud, Lagos is fast, but lately people have been asking, can you actually live and move around the city anymore? From daily expenses to transportation, everything in Lagos keeps going high, but incomes aren't exactly keeping pace. Transport is up, cost of living is up, but are Lagosians keeping up? I'm Esther Akogun, and today on Lagos Matters, I'm currently on the street of Lagos to ask people how Lagos is treating them.
My sincere opinion will be that it is not actually affordable for an average Nigerian, especially for the fact that house rent is a bit high. You want to live comfortable, you want to stay in a place where there is no noise. As much as possible, you have your own toilet and bedroom to yourself. I think you will spend close to $500,000 to be comfortable, and to also think that the cost of transportation to get to your workplace, when the average Nigerian youth, I mean, there's statistics that shows that average Nigerian youth earns less than 200,000 naira in a month. So how do they balance cost of transportation with house rent, and couple with the fact that foodstuffs is quite on the high side? I mean, you want to eat varieties, rice is expensive. I mean, beans is a bit affordable at the moment. Gari, yam, it's on the high side and all of that. It's not actually comfortable for an average Nigerian youth.
You see those agents in Lagos, they are the weapon fashion formed against us. Because how can you be paying rent of 500,000 and be paying agents another 500,000 or even more? Electricity on its own is something else.
I'll tell you yes, and I'll tell you no. Probably, Lagos, we have the island, we have the mainland. Even the mainland now, there are some island inside mainland now. So it is not affordable for an average Nigerian, except you want to talk about some Lagos Ogun State. If you go as far as Ikorodu, even when you get to Ikorodu, there are some parts of Ikorodu, inside Ikorodu, go to some part of Dalemo and all of that. You'll be surprised you hear some amount of house rent, crazy amount of house rent, that even your salary, and you know there is a theory that said what your salary cannot pay for like 3 months or thereabout, you should not collect that kind of house. So Lagos is not really affordable for an average Nigerian. If you are considering staying in Lagos as an average Nigerian, maybe you stay in outskirts of Lagos, like main, Ikorodu and all of that. But if you ask me, Lagos is not affordable for an average Nigerian. Thank you.
Lagos is not affordable for an average Nigerian, because let's imagine out of 100% Nigeria, maybe 50% earn above, let me say 150. So if you are staying alone, imagine you're earning 150, then you're paying house rent of probably a room self corner is I think 350 upward. So if you are paying an house rent of 400,000, let's say you set aside 30,000 from 150, your transport from here to Ikeja, let's say you are spending 20,000 on transport, you are left with 100k. You buy data, you pay for lawman, electricity, you have to feed. Just say, in my own opinion, Lagos is not affordable. But if you are squatting down, you are still struggling. So easy.
Lagos is very, very, very hard. Let's talk about the transportation itself. Like, you're going and you're coming, and the increments in the payment for transportation is nothing to talk about. And the excuses that most drivers make is petrol increase, and even though they bring it down to some limits, they are not still going to bring the price of the transportation down. So I feel Lagos State is not a place for an average person to stay.
Apt answer to that is no. You see, Lagos State at the moment is not affordable for an average Nigerian. I must be clear. You see, the rising cost of inflation is really affecting and biting deep to residents in Lagos State. Coupled with Nigeria being drifting into the poverty headquarters of the world, all right? Coupled with the very low minimum wages that workers have been paid, to get comfortable as a youth in Lagos without support from family members or every other side also is increasingly becoming very difficult. So we want to understand it. When you look at the minimum wage, you can't equate it to the cost of living. Neither do we equate it to the cost of welfare of an average Lagosian. So we must be clear that Lagos State is getting very difficult for an average Nigerian. Thank you.
So the real question is, are we actually building a life in Lagos or just trying to survive it? This is Lagos Matters. I'm Esther Akogun. See you next time.